a killer, this is to do them. What for you say?
This ain't not a kush. No, not a kush. No, not a kush. Oh yeah, I can feel them. What are they on me eye? We are the see me sister them. They die in the street. Oh, me I can feel them. When you they see me brother them in the streets. Yeah, some they link they not. Some lay down a guts at the sleep. Oh. So when I ask, they tell me say na kush. Nike pull roll and son of them food. They prefer for left the house, they gonna get so all day they kush. Oh yeah, say not a kush. Oh. Me brother don't want before him time. Say not a kush. Oh. So we they use the old age man youngest. Say not a kush. Oh. The youths them just they die. Say not a kush. Oh. For the we say that's a cushion. Hey, push for die. Say that's a cushion. Papa government help we are. Say that's a cushion. Hey, push for die. Say that's a cushion. What for you to say? Is it all? That's all we say. Say make we drive cushion salon. But we life them.
That is so right, yeah now. What's if they do? When we bother them, they die. Push on down the hill, now them body just they try. So foot at them body, they and now they just they cry. When we bother them foot, so they swell now why? I don't know if now the chemical or what's in them they put. Best of all avoid them, nothing but the suit. Other food and they for it, come up young kush. We still bring this message so you do work for you. On the me.
Every day we they lost it, man, their life because of kush. Yeah, Papa government, NGOs not come so we aim. Yeah, the way they import kush, you know like salon, no. And we value we like Dr. Isaac would say
that's a kush. Me brother don't want before you time. Say that's a kush. So we they use the only.
Fumble them. Una good evening. Hope so una do well. Listen, even though you don't say it when I am here, I know when I'm not here, you miss me. You miss my voice. You miss my sarcasm. You miss my truth. You miss me directness, no compromise. But listen, I hope say on all they do well. I hope say any house on a friend on herself. I hope say life is going well for you all. If the sun they bounce na me face from now, excuse me, na the side where I sit down right now. Okay. But we're here again today, this beautiful Saturday. I just want to say good morning to all of our viewers and listeners. Good afternoon to all of our viewers and listeners. Good evening to all of our viewers and listeners around the world. We appreciate you all so much, just as you all self appreciate we so much. Today we don't come back for can talk about the motherland, right? Guess what? Very soon, few months from now, as a matter of fact, now almost here independence we they get for the show they say celebrate. I don't even know if there's an independence to celebrate. But for what it is, it means for say, if I'm not mistaken, is it 65 years? Correct me if I'm wrong. I stopped counting after 60. Now remember that 60 year I did, as a matter of fact, I did a special. Now remember 60 year, some of now we don't do with me for long. I did a special. That 60 year was dedicated to 60 things that has gone wrong and 60 things that we want to see change in Sierra Leone. That was the time when we bring in a lot of people of knowledge from different background, different disciplines. We brought in veteran journalists. We like who that day way we not bring come. We are not interview. We are not talk to. Then, if I remember, the show I used to do it on Friday evenings. Friday evenings, right? We go be Friday nights for most people. Then, what did we not talk about? Has anything done change? Has anything changed? Has there been mild improvements, small improvements? Have we made inroads? Have we not made inroads? Are we going from bad to worse, or from worse to the frying pan, or from the frying pan to the fire? Or did we manage to get out of the fire and dust ourselves? Excuse me, I just realized say my phone volume day on, and I'm not collect for make my phone volume day on when I dey do a show, because I don't want to be distracted by a call or a text or something. I think say in the next few months or few weeks, as a matter of fact, I think that the onus is upon us Sierra Leoneans as where we get where we dey talk, you know. When we dey talk about the different issues, make we also not forget, as in, I believe it's 65 years, correct me if I'm wrong. I want to say good afternoon. Good afternoon, yes, good afternoon. Is it Kasha Fofana? Kasha Fofana, yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. You know, I want to make we also take some time, you know, make we also take some time and reflect. Are we experiencing the Sierra Leone that 10 years ago we wished we would be currently experiencing? Are we experiencing the Sierra Leone that maybe 12 years ago, 13 years ago, 20 years ago? And when I say 20 years ago, like me, 20 years ago, I believe I was just entering my 20s. Yeah? I was just about entering my 20s 20 years ago. And as a 20-year-old, you know, girl transitioning from that funny phase of girlhood into, like, you know, adulthood a little bit, trying to understand what adulthood is all about. And when I look at Sierra Leone, my dreams, hopes and aspiration, am I living them? Am I seeing them manifest? I think so we all need for do an introspection for actually figure out if the Sierra Leone we envision is the Sierra Leone we are currently living. And if the Sierra Leone we envision is not the Sierra Leone we are currently living, I think we need to take a step back and actually see maybe what are we doing, or what could we do differently? Because sometimes we are doing, but maybe we just need to make just a little bit of a tweak. 63. And now make a let me producer. When I say something and I am not sure, very quick for do fact check for me and make sure say I say the right thing. Like I said, I asked the question and I said correct me if I am wrong. Now, before the public comes and corrects me, don't go quick one. You don't do fact check for me. You don't pull them up for show me. Say na 63 now we dey enter. But again, 63-year-old became 63-year-old baby, because Sierra Leone we baby. In terms of a human being, you cannot call a 63-year-old human a baby. They're grown adults, right? They can be our fathers, our mothers, but in terms of the nation are we baby, not so. And it will forever be our baby, no matter what. But have we been taking care of that baby? Have we done right by that baby? We need to ask ourselves some of these questions. But hey, as usual, before we sit down inside the show proper, This is what I'm having today. I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's cranberry and mango for a change. I don't know what you did drink, but whatever you did drink, I hope it's pleasant, and I hope that that's what you want. I cannot forget to remind you, I say Kush is real. Kush is going on in our nation. Kush is ravaging our nation. Recently, I actually see a short documentary where they talk about the dangers of Kush. At one point, it seemed like, the government was hands-on trying to do something. But I don't know if they got exhausted, they burnt out, they ran out of steam halfway. I don't know. I don't see the same enthusiasm and the same push as the push I saw a few months ago. Granted, there are other organizations that have been on the ground that's been working very, very hard for push the message across, for we youth them, for walk away from this habits, this very toxic and killing habits we they don't currently engage in. But listen, I know I'm for wasting time. Today we ask a serious question, and the question is: do you believe the Sierra Leone government is being fully transparent about the toll road projects? Projects or projects, right? The reason why is that since the first we first theory, but the increments them to different tariffs them and what have you. Following that, we also realize say the toll gate self can mix inside. Now, the question where we ask is that, okay, then bring the toll gate inside. The first thing is that when you get a toll route, it means that you have optional routes, right? Sometimes toll routes normally, wetin me understand toll routes na yaso for be, especially at the side, at the part of the world where we live. Toll routes na a fast track to your destination. A fast track to your destination. It means say you no wan go through the normal road, the usual road, where go be maybe long, lengthy. But when you take the toll route, that money where you dey pay allows you a fast track to usa you dey go. Like for example, if I am going to drive into Toronto, I take the toll route. When I reach inside the GTA, I don't even think about myself. Straight na the toll route I dey take. When I'm coming out of Toronto, same thing. Straight in the GTA, I just say toll route. I don't want for the inside a lot of bumper to bumper traffic. When I'm in New York, I do the same thing. Certain parts of the US, I do the same thing. When I'm there, I take the toll route for make a quick. But here is a situation where people did not get a second option. A second option was not provided to them. But yet they are being penalized. Ismail Kamala, thank you very much. It's great to know that you are also watching me too. It's great to know that you're also watching. Listen, I'm gonna give shout out to today. Today I come with a different mode, as I can see. So don't be surprised if I give you a shout out as I see your name, right? I'll give you a shout out. Not all man go get shout out, and then when they will not receive shout out, make them not jealous about by our CM. And then they not mean for say una for click and come on at the show just because una know you say I give una shout out. Okay? Have team spirit, be of team spirit, okay? Good. So now they say the alone, they bring una comments them, and you never know when I'll give you a shout out, okay? Here's a situation where, like I say, we not get option. People were not given an option. And up until now, option not exist. So in that case, the question what they ask is that, was the toll route necessary in Sierra Leone when it is not a second option being provided? Maybe let's say for road maintenance, you needed certain routes are heavily traveled, or certain roads are heavily traveled and you need for upkeep maintenance. Maybe you can bring in maybe a small maintenance fee. But this one also, where they go, you they pay. Where they come, you they pay. And because it's a major road, when people in the use, it means for say when especially goods and services, the toll, right? The impact where you go get on that day is incremental. So now who that the people then go transfer that burden they to, as then they put on pan and then they put on pan the population, pan the people there. But the thing here is that when them in decide for bring this toll route situation come into effect, I just try to get through my notes, people. If you wanna see, I put me head down just because I'm trying to get through my notes. That way we can have a beautiful show. When I'm in try for bring this thing come into effect, Parliament was involved. And as far as me know, the law say if Parliament involved pan something, when you try for change them, you also get for involve Parliament. I want make una hang on there. I want to go to something else. Before we come back to this. Is that okay, people? I think it is okay. I want bring una attention to a few things where they happen at the land and to know for saying that attacking like just for educational purposes. I'm not ask questions this time. I'm just going to say my piece. And as soon as all they listen, you all decide. Collectively, we can all decide. I want to start with the Minister of Information, a snippet of a video talking about the national ID card. Now, Daniel will start with first. Make we start with Dandy first. Let's listen to the minister in video, snippet of a video talking about the national ID card. Where we already know for say there has been a deadline. Basically, a deadline put on everybody, on all Sierra Leonean. If you're not a Sierra Leonean citizen, you live in a salon, you do transactional businesses them na salon where require an official ID outside of your passport, because your passport is also considered an official ID. Then say they don't give you a deadline. Don't give you a deadline say by so and so 10. No for go pick that una ID day by force. Whether you want an hour, you don't want an hour, you for go pick them. Because if you not pick them and you not get them, if you go to a place like bank for go do something, you will not be served because you do not have a national ID. So basically, I guess what they are trying to say is that de facto, the national ID becomes the operating, right, official identification card that one uses to transact business or go on official matters. Make we listen.
I'm very proud for say I get my national ID card. We already know we get my ID card. If you didn't know, you not get. If you're not family, didn't know, also you not get. I go encourage you for let you go get to your own. This is a unique identity as a Sierra Leonean. This is your source of pride.
get the ID. It's available all the district and in some other outlets. Go take your ID so that you don't go miss the opportunity where government they provide. Or we self need for geo development of this country. That I make you say, go out by the 31st of March. No reason say we will not get facility. It's open. Even on Saturdays, we get there to meet there. So go there and get your ID card. That I make you put and say, because we don't want to let you get excuse say they don't let you from government service or government support.
With the transition now into a society, will we save the county director general say, forget bank transactions, for let you get any other transaction you sit exam or public exam or you want open account or you want government benefits or you want register for land or you want go register in motoka or anything you get now from March 31 na paupa mandatory you forget.
Okay, so then say from March 31 na mandatory. I think I have an issue with the word mandatory. So if I go with my passport, when an official document of the sovereignty, does that not count as an official identification? Must I show my national ID card before I can be served? Then that begs the question, what is the use or what is the purpose of having a national passport? If I go with my ECOWAS passport, we get all of me details, them and everything, my full name at birth, date of birth and everything, place of birth, and one of you my age. Does that not suffice as an identification, an official identification? Because the need for make and clear, because when they don't make it now mandatory. It is interesting when I listen to the minister, I believe, saying that we make use of the services that government is providing for us. Great point. Are these services free? That is a question that's going to follow. Making use of the services available that government is providing for the people. Absolutely. I agree 100%. People need to make use of the services them at their fingertips where government they provide. But are these services for free? The national ID card, does it have an expiry date? Waiting at the cost of renewal, waiting at the length of time, the duration of time, right? They can show now to something. This is my Canadian health card, where I can use any site as an official document. You can say, show us an official ID. I can use this, my Canadian health card. This is my Canadian driver's license. Show us an official document. I can use that. The only thing I know they can show now right now is my Canadian passport, right? I can also use that as an official document. If they ask me, I can use any of them. Thing they also, right? As an official document. In some cases, if I don't get the one then they with me, and I need an identification card for identify me, I can use my badge, my work badge, and show, say this na me, blah 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 blah, na the work link and check on, right? Now, in some cases, but these two, me showing these two, my health card or my driver's license suffice, okay? I can choose for show me passport if I want for. The question now we want to ask is that, yes, these services, government don't make them available. At what cost? Is it at an available cost for everybody? Is it cost effective for everybody? Is it affordable for everyone? Is it affordable for the average Sierra Leonean? That is my question. To make the services available is one thing. thing. Affordability is another thing. Now, say that it is mandatory. Ebo, we are not in the Stone Age. We are not in the colonial era where you mandate, you summon, you command. You can say we encourage everyone to. We are pleading that everyone, try their best. But to say, I mandate you to, some of the time that I can always say, be careful how they use certain words then. Be careful how they use certain words then. So my question what I go ask right now, the use of the word mandatory. You are mandated to collect, you are mandated to use. Does it mean that the passport, because we get other options then now, and these other options were not brought to the fore. So is their use of validity become absolute? Is there a moot point, like no more discussion of their use and validity? And I'm talking about the Sierra Leonean passport. And I'm also talking about the ECOWAS passport, because Sierra Leone is a member of the ECOWAS, and there are Sierra Leoneans that carry Sierra Leonean passport, there are Sierra Leoneans that carry ECOWAS passport. So if I show up with my ECOWAS passport or with my Sierra Leone passport, does that not suffice as a valid identification for who I am? When I need to ask them questions, especially when I want to say mandatory. And if these two key documents that I have mentioned, that carries the photo identification of the individual, if they do not suffice as legal tender of identification, and only the national ID card is, then are you going to revise the Constitution as to what, and the Act of electoral voting of what constitutes a legal tendering of identification? And then two questions there, so me they left with you now. Think about it and give me an answer. That's all I'm saying. And remember, I asked this question because of the use of the word mandatory. If they're not being used the clause, actually mandatory is not a clause, it is a word. If they're not being used the word in the phrase, it is mandatory, I would not have asked these questions. But because they use these words in the phrase, it is mandatory, especially the word keyword here, mandatory, that is why I'm asking these questions. Yeah? So I hope you understand my thought process. They come out. Now, I don't come out here. I don't ask the question where I need to ask. So Papa government can clarify to you people them what you mean by mandatory. Can clarify to you people them the validity of the Sierra Leonean passport, and for those Sierra Leonean carrying the ECOWAS passport, what is their use and purpose? C'est tout. That's it. That's all. If you're now saying every transaction, everybody ought to have a national ID card. For those who cannot afford the premium or the price where you don't put on the national ID card, how are you going to sort them out? Do they cease to become Sierra Leoneans because they cannot afford? Or they cannot present that national ID card? Do they cease to do transaction or carry business in their country of birth? Should they have an alternative, legal tender of identification according to the constitution of the land? I think una owe the people of Sierra Leone that explanation. right? When we are talking about transparency, we are talking about all of these things. I think say una order Sierra Leonean people that explanation. Make it clear. Make it very clear what you mean by what you're saying and the implication to the constitution of the land. Again, remember, my analysis is solely based on the use of the word mandatory. Mandatory. Left and so. I want to switch your attention to something where they go on some MDAs them. And for make the anti-corruption catch 'em and even get for pull out an official press release, it means that it is beginning to stink. Remember, there is no smoke without fire. And for me particularly, I think the anti-corruption did a beautiful thing in exposing this. And me na so me they can amplify them. And they can't help for amplify them. I want to go to Francis Benkelfala, the anti-corruption commissioner, a press release where a pool recently, as a matter of fact, if I looked at my dates, today is the 24th, it meant that press release came out yesterday. So, beaucoup people they're not going to be aware of them, but some people them go be aware of waiting at the talk, right? Some people then go be aware of waiting at the talk. So for the people them way be aware of waiting at the talk, kudos to you. For those who are not aware of waiting at the talk, make I can read them for now. I read the statement above the press release and I read the press release in self so that una go tell uno people them where they work at the different ministries, agencies, departments and agencies them na salon. Okay, Umar Mans, shout out to you, my brother, my friend, my buddy. Shout out to you, always present, never absent. You is the GOAT. Thanks for watching. Okay, so now the press release go. ACC warns against recent proliferation of broad and blanket oath of secrecy and confidentiality documents public servants of Sierra Leone are being forced to sign in various MDAs with no legal or health, security, or fiduciary justification. Their coercive and punitive contents may firstly be illegal and could be vehicle to gag or suppress public servants against standing up to, whistleblowing on, speaking against maladministration and corruption. Be advised. So basically what in Belkenfara they say now is that some of we ministries, departments and agencies them don't go beyond government in back. Don't go beyond the authority them back. People them way now lawmaker them back, where they make law for the country and where everybody for abide by. And also beyond the normal oath of office of somebody in job. Now then they ask people them, swear them to secrecy. And like where you go secret society, then say what happen na Bondo Bush, na day for left. What happen at the Power Bush, na day for left. Basically, that is what they are doing. At least you will say these are societies, right? Secret society. You go there with the full knowledge that you are ascribing to something that is part of the, they're doing. But the difference here is that these MDs, and I'm pretty sure there are ministers included in there, I'm pretty sure there are directors, director generals, and what have you. I'm pretty sure there are managers. Then decide upon themselves, say, who side with the eat? Who side with the chap? Who side life is logisting for us? Who side the logist they flow? Eh? Some big mouth people like in the so. So for take care of them big mouths, especially in the area where una see somebody like Chernobyl been there. I mean, he was turning in the article government spending and mismanagement of fund by the dozen. Woot, het, het, het. You know what I mean? What? I think say they think to curb this, to curb that mentality, and for solidify the mentality of outside the entire town a day for it, because this is what Sierra Leone is known for. Let us speak the truth. We are a country of outside the entire town a day for it. That is why corruption is so rife amongst every facet of the society. Even you belly-born brother, you belly-born sister, you know go trust them. You get for watching with one eye. Like this. When you ask them something, you say yes. You know they ever sleep, you watch on one eye. That is how Sierra Leone is. One eye. Everybody they watching self they watching company one eye, because nobody can trust the other person. It takes a lot of guts, it takes a lot of effort to make people and get full confidence in comping Sierra Leone and say, you know what, I trust this person. I can knock my chest, see 1, 2, 3, I can knock my chest, full chest on say, this person is what they are sold. So waiting there people here, so waiting there and Nyampi so decide for do. Waiting there Santiboki Ata, yeah, so decide for do. Right? Because if you dey go take somebody outside, they go ask them for swear to secrecy of wetin dey happen at the department where you know for say not good, especially when we dey see the recent auditor general report dem wey dey comot na door. You obviously know that this is not leakages anymore, the pipe burst. Leakage na drops. Leakage na like where the pump lock, where the pump one big open by being tum, 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 tum. But this one a pipe burst, like where you can walk away they go Wilkinson Road. So Wilkinson Road or that place now outside Wilkinson Road, I know was a Wilkinson Road, Sanders Street. I want call all them places and I be know was a pipe them in the bus. Side streets. When you go them place then they, you know them big pipe then as well they water can go. That is what we are currently experiencing in Sierra Leone. A pipe nine bus, not even the pipe where they waiting in the pipe where they connect to the other place, the 9 bus. So waiting there Kataya so decide for do is that then decide for now for make people and they go swear secrecy, for make people and they go say if I see anything, you know, basically it's the idea of I saw nothing, I heard nothing, I wasn't part of anything. So everybody go eat and enjoy. So that the plundering of the society continues. Yeah? So here is what I want for read fully waiting the press release say. When I go tell you people them, there is no see, this is not legal. It is not legal. This not to something where all water, you know, all water today, you know, all water tomorrow. If una they work any side, or then give una work any side, or they employ una any side, any boss go call una say make them they swear una to an oath of secrecy, confidentiality. Yes, oath of secrecy and confidentiality. Now any sign at the public service. Una pick phone, una call the anti-corruption commissioner. If una get a number directly, una call the anti-corruption hotline, because it is illegal. It is not done. It is not part of the rule of the law of the land. Neither is it part of the policies of your ministries that you are working for, or departments that you are working for, or the agencies that you are working for. Make I read the press release. The press release say, I'm going to switch over to my big screen. The press release say, ACC expresses concern over the new spat of proliferation of cohesive oath of secrecy in public institution. So then they force them, then they put them under duress, then they force them for do this thing also. You don't have an option, and they force you into secrecy. That is what coercive. They are coercing you to do something that is illegal. Don't do it. As a matter of fact, the person will mistake do and record them. Uno send the audio to we, uno send the video to uno call anti-corruption, make anti-corruption, no say this so and so ministry, this one, uno call them, name them. Because basically, these people are fully aware that what they are doing is illegal and that they are anyampi, and any anyampi and akata we need for expose them. This is the time. Listen, also is Sierra Leone right now, so you cannot have pity and say it is my blood, it is my tribesman. If not, very soon the country will be sold to the Chinese. When I go wake up one morning, no more, I go, you say it's the Second Republic of China, otherwise known as Sierra Leone. Be careful, people. I am serious. When I go to say this, Matilda, she's being sarcastic, but I am serious. Anyway, let's keep reading. The press release goes on to say, it has come to the attention of the ACC Anti-Corruption Commissioner that the leadership of some ministries, departments, and agencies in Sierra Leone are creating and forcing their staff to sign what they call oath of secrecy and confidentiality. These design oaths prescribe coercive undertone and punitive sanctions for non-compliance by staff, or set consequences for divulging information that the staff comes into contact with by virtue of their position or duty. While purportedly presented to safeguard sensitive information, this practice raises significant questions regarding integrity, transparency, and accountability. I agree with the anti-corruption 100%. Which are values public institution must uphold at all times. There is often no legal or policy basis for such moves outside of proper but limited best practices. What's I Me the technical person changed the screen on me, flip them on me, and now I am kind of lost in my reading. I am kind of lost. Give me a second, guys. Let me pick it back up to where I think I was. There is often no legal or policy basis for such moves outside of proper but limited best practice justification, like national security, public health, law enforcement, or specific fiduciary responsibilities like bank. So it outline certain places them way sometimes this might be considered to be okay to safeguard the information or to safeguard the privacy of the entity or the individual. But this now, listen, this now public service. So now public service. There is no secrecy in public service, because what you do in the public service belongs to the people. You do it for the people. It is for the people. There is no secrecy in public rendering. Let us continue. Even more concerning is that they are drafted so broadly. Okay. Don't do them back to me. Me people them. Don't do them back to me. Okay. Let's see. Even more concerning is that they are drafted so broadly that they are designed to operate simply as a gag on staff. Therefore, outside of the minimal sphere where which secrecy requires may exist, compelling staff to sign oath of secrecy in MDAs outside of standard professionalism requires outside of professionalism requirements generally requires for all public officers can undermine transparency and accountability and create an unsafe space for subordinates in their professional public duties. Now, then kind thing also then can now use for begin to suppress people then. 1, 2, 3, you signed an oath of office. 1, 2, 3, you sign an oath of secrecy and confidentiality. Now, then kind thing also now then they use now for violate people them, abuse people them, begin to sleep with people them, married woman them, married man them, begin to do all sorts of rubbish. Yes, these type of things create spaces for that. Because somebody who, gets caught thinking that they are getting caught in something legal, who does not have the wherewithal, or some young pikin who just graduates, they try for make life. This is how they corrupt their life. Later on and say, hey, do something, catch me back, make a catch you back. Or catch me and make a catch you and. So to these MDAs that are involved in such rubbish, because this is not pure rubbish, I hope say very quickly una go dissolve this nonsense. Already things are really bad. Things are really bad. I don't know what you want to do now with Salone. Honestly, no what you want to do with that country. For you to go to such extent that you think you are within your legal rights, you are within the legal rights. When you read your job, your oath of office, when you read the expectation of what is required for you, was there anywhere in there that they said you have to put people under duress or coerce people to sign oath of office of secrecy and confidentiality? Let the police do their work. Let the judiciary do their work, and you as public servants do yours. It goes on to say the commission views this news part of forced proliferation of oath of secrecy and confidentiality as deliberate and intended to avoid public accountability and scrutiny, more so when they deter employees from speaking out on issues of public concern, hereby stifling whistleblowing efforts and hindering efforts to address systemic problem and sometimes maladministration, corruption, and corrupt practices. Public officers should not be unduly burdened with constraints that inhibit their ability to fulfill their duties professionally, ethically, and responsibly, nor should they be coerced into silence regarding matters that affect the public interest. As a result, the Commission wishes it to be known that these secrecy documents cannot override the law of Sierra Leone and may be used as evidence of deliberate failure to follow processes and procedures, corrupt enterprises aimed to gag staff, and abuse of authority or power. 100%. Spot on, 100%. No arguments there. There are also strong consequences, and you see them bold and strong consequences in the Anti-Corruption Act of 2018 for retaliation against whistleblowing. We cordially advise against both the proliferation or the signing of them by the staff of non-sensitive institutions like the security sector, health, or fiduciary institution. Fiduciary institution basically are institutions that deals with money, institutions like the bank and things like that. So then they tell you, say, if not to the security sector, if not to the health, with hospitals, doctors, blah, 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 where obviously your information should be kept secret, it's private, or bank information and things like that. No MDAs have the right to coerce you, for force you, for make you pin down your signature to any form of waiting and call and self secrecy and confidentiality documents. That is the highest form of suppression within the public service, that I am sworn to secrecy and confidentiality. Me here, my job, I am sworn to secrecy and confidentiality. And that is because I deal with very, very sensitive information that has international dimensions. Part of my job. I knew what I was getting into. But if you know the part of your job from the beginning, and then now, because the one can leak book, in fact, you need to leak book it because the pipe don't bust, all my one for can get in. No. We are saying no, and I support the Anti-Corruption Commission 100% in letting this out. I will continue for talk about this in summary, summarizing this, and make people they know for say anybody will call you and send recording to me. Unu send recording to me with their name them and the ministry. It is time we start outing these people. They are nyampism, don't pass mark. Make I go to the caller. Caller, what's your name and who you call from?
Hello, viewers. This is Umar.
Hello, Umar. Howdy, buddy?
Fine, thank you very much. I just want to make my own contribution, like on the national ID card. Then also,
Yes,
if I get more time, I go make contribution again on the toll road. First of all, the national ID card, I'm making say and boldly say Sierra Leoneans are not good. And as a Sierra Leonean or as a citizen for any country, at least you forget one form of identification. But the way them go roll them out, it matters. So now we get problem, and the country lack a data system. We not get a concentrated data system, even though they make a lot of money towards that, but they're not able to develop a one data system where you go cover the entire Sierra Leoneans. So now that's make you see like who in Europe they do by you can use the driving license or you can use any other form of identification. No, so we are in fact if you can only use the number now you then get a particular number now your ID card, or you can only use as soon as they type the number they don't get you. And we can use again with driving license now, just like what you explained, are the same functions now, So, but when we not get one system where they will get all that with data they put at one place, it will be very difficult. Because if you don't see electoral commission get your own data, you get this all man the issue your ID card, it will be very difficult. So at least now that them for don't try to put in place. But indeed, as a Sierra Leonean, we need to get at least one form of identification. Then again, when you talk about the affordability, that now one thing go at least know when it's affordable, when it's not affordable. Because no matter how the costly, people go still cry say they not get money. Just imagine a salon will be for pay 5,000 euros for local tax. Then the make checkpoint, so man still they run. So it will be very difficult for at least let people willing for pay and willingly. So, but the government forget another incentives, just like what you talk, like if you want to open account or you want to do certain particular things, where you not get one form of identification, let them not make them possible, But for say only and solely, so I ask the question again. Apart from opening a bank account in Sierra Leone, how you go to use your ID card again a bank? You want if you not get your ID card, you not go to take your money, or you not go to deposit your money. So the girls like what you talk, the government for come, let them explain to the people and very well. Let them try for at least educate the people in terms of that way that the people can understand. Yes, this indeed as a citizen, you forget a form of identification, no matter what it happened. Then again, we get again an opportunity go for watch here again, at least for control the inflow of people, foreigners, for no than foreigners, than Sierra Leoneans. And this one, it play a very good role because then we could able to separate them. We don't know how we tax they can for don't see because within a them party, I know the taxes so they pay. You know, when me drive license now expire, when are they go renew are they pay? Then when me document to way expire, when are they go renew are they pay 183,040 cents. Now are they pay for renew. So you see, so even at start people they grumble. So, but at least let the government come out, let you explain, just like with the system way that they see, who will get there. People they explain, even though it's expensive, but they explain to who they understand. You know, at least I see the government for come out to explain to people, but as a Sierra Leone, for a form of identification. That free engine style we don't get before. We not get license, we not get driver license, you not get national ID card, you not get passport, you not get no nothing. Motoka banging and street safe power. Before if people they know they don't bury you. So you know get nothing on the way the proofs in a Sierra Leone or way the proofs in a particular foreigner. So at least if fine law we get as a citizen, let you get one form of identification. You know. Then again the toll road I will call because I not all on the line too much. Maybe people can go on for call. So I will call again, make me on contribution. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Umar. So yeah, call again. Yeah, you bring out some beautiful points. Them like I've been they say, you know, the government need for make and clear. The money where then they ask for not to all man. As a matter of fact, majority of Sierra Leone, and then let us call it spade a spade. We know our population. We know the size of our population. We know the haves and the haves not, and they, you know, we go manage. We go manage now the middle class. They have not now the bottom class, and we know that the bottom class is a lot more than the middle class, and we also know that the haves are very few. The haves can afford. Do we go manage? Maybe go manage, but the have not. There are a lot of them. There are a lot of them. So come explain to us, people. Come explain to us, Papa government, and you know, make we see how this Goya so get for go. But again, like I say, I applaud the anti-corruption commission 100% in taking the stance way that they take. And me they can make a now me on for the next 2 to 3, 4, 5 weeks. Every time I come, I get for make sure say I remind people them. If una they work in a ministry, except you are part of the cabals, like you know, then one day we been go make that fake account, outside them they deposit the money for the road instead of make it go na the account where it's supposed for go. I mean they deposit and a special account where they create. You know, understand them? That one way be make you know, IBAB Binkam. It can make a display papi show of money them. Where I've been the talk was say this is risky because you get for create security for bring the money come. You get for create security for take the money go. So you are spending excess money to make a show of what? I don't get it. Why wasn't there a check written? And then you can make a press release, say here's the check of blah 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 deposited into so and so and so account. Anybody interested can call and verify with this number. But anyway, in a salon we do things differently, don't we? Let me take the other caller. People will say, Matilda, your topic for today, you're not even reaching side. Listen, my topic for today, there isn't much to say about it. There isn't really much to say about it. I will read the events and then I will let you all decide at the end of the day. How transparent has our government been with the dealings then? Have they been very transparent in this toll-free situation? Do they even understand the agreements that they entered into? Because from everything I don't read right now, it looks like there is a clause that is very clear. Waiting the government sign, there is a clause that is very, very clear. So now I am asking myself, the Ministry of, is it Works or whatever that is involved in this situation, did they take their time to read the documents they sign with their partners? For the people of Sierra Leone, I am excited that there has been a pause, or there has been a request for a pause to be put on this whole, increment of toll gate thing for the people. However, when it comes to a binding agreement, when I look at the sections implicated in the situation, not to miss you, it is written in black and white. Mona no can talk say na Matilda been say. Right? I'll go to the caller. Caller, what's your name and also you call from?
Hello?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. Uh, I, I tell you thank you for the program.
You're
Me a
welcome.
concerned citizen. I just want to give
Okay.
me your intake on this. Just like the caller will say, I mean, it's nice for everybody get ID. But the way manner where they come up with it right now, and the cost, some people in this on 5 days, 7, not able to 250,000 day. And then the funny thing, the time when people them want ID, they not give them. Where the election mean they don't take boku money for each they like to we say now, I don't know if na Belgium or outside and go print black paper where people them face self not the show. Where then ten and they na you for don't give people the ID card, but because of na deal they make, then they like to we like say people they not ever na kafobu will come out we will not ever fly or can na then say we advance. You go show we black paper where some people them face self. They even show you that. Then they tell we say na Belgium or who's part na Europe, they make the ID then they so me no understand. I not get them. This not just like na some revenue they want try for bring up for cover some area. Because me no want this suicide mandatory thing they happen in any country. First and foremost, let we go back because we don't live in a South African country then. Let me say neighboring country like Guinea. You go there in Guinea as a foreigner. Okay. You they hide. But Guinea get resident permit. Where maybe they are pay. If you not pay, they will then catch you a problem. You can you not pay them, you they hide. Yes, that's fine. But if they then catch you, you they pay them. Look how Guinea they make money through foreigner, right? We know they do that and they win a free town. Anybody come cross from the border is free. Guinea, if foreigner come, if you not Sierra Leone and say for our border foreigner in another area, they go to this what they call chief, and they say chef de quartier. That person they go report you say, hey, this person to me they for tomorrow in case anything happen. We not ever get down there. We get people that know they 10, 15 years today. We not even know the time they enter that country day. And we so sorry now, we were born at the country, don't be foreigner. The foreigner they way Canada, they don't get the country. List to the one they way cancer where they can kill with drugs themselves. Although now we don't bother them. But if Saloa make money, let's go back to that. Let's go back to that principle in other country than they call. You know they go Gambia, small Gambia. We don't go there. If you go there and give you 30 days for stay, if you want stay more than that before the 30 days they finish, you go report yourself because if not to that, not sign out you go pass, where you go come out, they not go grab you. So we not get all that thing and everything now for killing Sierra Leone and the way don't almost they die. Then the foreigner the way Canada they enjoy. Everywhere they talk about this, a foreigner want go for anything, they ask if back door not there for pass. You not go ever go na the front door. Because the back door easy for like a give small thing and go do what for do. So I don't know what thing then politicians they try for do it today. Other country then they put them the house in order, they still we self na treat. So me not understand. This na revenue making and they try for do. And me not feel say people then go meet up. Like the business people them, other one them way, at least they float money, then go do them because they know say they need renting and they for do them business. But it's compulsory. Not to everybody get that money there for 1 week. Some are not able to roll on. So how you go do the ID? So me not get them. I pray to God, let God help we, let God take control of that country day. But every training they do so now scam to me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. The caller just make caller just hold on the line. I will take your call very soon. The caller just make a point where very interesting to me because I don't talk and I also before say I don't get part of or I know people them, genuine people them, business people them from different parts of the world where honestly the one go salon go put big investment, big money in a salon, things that are needed. But he says something. He says some foreigner them they like for pass na the back door instead of before them pass na the front door. Because they know for say if them pass na the back door, it good for them. Well, guess what? These people that I know, they are front door comer. And Salon lost out so many times and big. It's funny because call I just hold on the line. I just see Idris Elba bring in some partners them from Ghana recently last week. It is funny if I should say this right here now that these very people try for enter salon 10 years ago. But because of the corruption and the Boku demand of Masmasian that these people left. I'm not saying what I do not know. I am saying what I know for a fact. They left. Part of the people that were bring out. So they watch the tweet and they watch the I see they laugh and they shake me head. So I hope this time around, I hope the people implicated and involved in this venture, I hope they are smart enough to know that these people are not people where they do back door. Now front door then sabi do. And if you are not willing to do front door with them, guess what? They pack up and they leave. Just like some of them left 10 years ago. And then the back go happen to we because they no sabi do back door. Because waiting we don't use to na back door brown envelope. Give me my own percentage. Give me my own cut. No, a lot of companies we salon lost out on because of give me brown envelope. We want to own. We want with this. We want with that. Instead of going through the right channels, allowing the people to go through the right channels, doing things in transparency. Because then safe and get people in where they audit them and get people in where they follow, where they trace the money and investments them. Sometimes this is what we fail to realize. That this company that do not play your backdoor, play ball with your backdoor business, they have people monitoring and then get for give accounts to other people then. So all this I am saying that a second chance has arisen with some of the partners then where Idris Elba bring come last week. I know some of them, and this is why I'm saying what I am saying. Make it count this time. That's all I'm going to say about that. Make I take the caller. Before I take the caller, I want to give shout out to Albert Lance. And now Albert Lance are now watching me on YouTube. He's like, Matilda, I am cruising while I'm listening to you. Hey, buddy. When I say body, because people, the moment I say body, they think that I know these people. No, I don't know them. Sometimes it's just my way of talking, okay? Hey, buddy, keep listening. Thanks for listening. Make I go to the next caller. Caller, what's now your name and who you call from?
Why are you out there? Hello?
Hello, caller, go ahead. What's now your name and who you call from? Yes, please go ahead.
Um, I dey tell you thank you for the topic we come up with. I want for just advise patriotic Sierra Leoneans we get the good of that country to heart. This national ID card that has been established, validated, and presented to the people of Sierra Leone is good for the nation and for a good for identify every individual will potentially for be identified. This mandatory way people that they call quote unquote are force. This mandatory clause is also on the passport. It's mandatory on every Sierra Leonean for get the passport. Does that mean every Sierra Leonean get the passport? As needed basis where they want to travel as required, they get the passport. That's not one thing. But this ID, I see the press release say mandatory. It's for those people where they need this ID for their daily official or transactional purposes where need signatories or verification or identification in offices or areas where they required ID validation. You know me say the poor man a village where no need ID for go here and there go need for gather ID. When he need them, he go get them. Me your advice so everybody where they overseas, you will get the capacity for send money to your family. Now there can people the way they salon are going to at risk if they not get ID because when they need for go collect that money, if they not present this ID, if you afford that money for send out for your family, that means say that you family for able for present an ID for get that money, which means they afford them. But if you don't say if village man they go get the cassava, they come here and there for sell them. No need that ID. They not to mandatory force for say this quote unquote they say that they force people. There's nobody is gonna be forced for get that ID if that person not choose for get them. There is no law is going to jail anybody for sake of way they not get that ID. Please, people has to be very patriotic where they explain about this coercing or forcing of situation, not to so it will happen. And that normally want for emphasize on this ID. It is important for every Sierra Leonean to get the ID. If you not choose for get them, no problem. But when the need arise for me, you go to office or go collect money or you go wait till you not get them, you for afford them. So that you get the ability for go to office or do something, they afford them. Now that make you go there for get for do them. Which means your family for give you that money for get that ID. A poor man will not get nothing for go to office. Will not have to get this ID for go to office because you not get no business for go to the office. That makes it very patriotic for Sierra Leoneans. I beg all of this country, but what is good for that country when it come, oh grab her and congratulate for the government will bring account. Who that government is, it does not matter.
Okay, thank you very much, Kola. I think say at the very start, I'm like the national ID card is a good thing. I'm not going to reiterate myself. However, you say something so way a little bit conflicting. You say that the passport as well, it's mandatory for every Sierra Leonean to get a passport. And so I ask the question again, and I still maintain this question. If you're saying that the national ID card not the only card where na the legitimate card or the official use of tender or tendering of identification when now they use na salon, I ask you the question again, what purpose does our passport serve? Because the same information within your national ID now the same information in your passport, now the same information in your ECOWAS passport, are those not valid form of identification? Like the last caller, Umar say, now Europe they get card them, national security card them, way tied to them, way that even in Canada, same thing. Same thing in Canada. I get me card, right? Where now they are entitled to me get all of me information, right? Me social insurance number. Get all of me. I know show an ISO because that is me. It says everything about Matilda. I show an ISO. I know when I hide them. When I go count, I go zoom till I go take and I go forge them. But it's not forgeable because it is tied to me and me alone. It says everything where the government of Canada want to know about me. Then type in that number. They know them. Period. We not get that day. We not get that day because we not get a centralized system. This number we tied to me, all of my information go to a centralized system, and then it gets redistributed depending on if I want to do this, if I want to do that, if I want take a bank loan, if I want to, and then number, then they identify me as, yes, indeed, this is Matilda J. Cole and what have you. But we don't have that. But again, I keep asking. The callers say if we get people them way get family them overseas that can afford, let them send. Again, remittances. You want my money, but you do not want my speech. You want my money, but you do not want my involvement in your doings. Now that make the government make am clear. I go want me producer for fact checked something now so for me. Is it within the laws of Sierra Leone that every Sierra Leonean must, because that's the word the caller, you must own a Sierra Leonean passport? Is it because he used the word mandatory as well? Because my thing about this whole thing was the word mandatory. I want to make me producer fact check this for me, and after he has fact checked this, I will give. Because this is an educative show as well. I can like for educate people, and if I am wrong, I stand to be corrected, and I'll correct myself immediately. But if the caller, however, is wrong in saying what they've just said, I want the public at large also to know what their options are. Well, now I make I go to this topic today, not so I don't like so. Anyways, shout out to Peter Dowder. Shout out to Peter Dowder watching me on YouTube. Very, very active. My goodness. YouTube, I can let go no more go for go pass here. The comments there, my goodness, these people are very active on YouTube. They don't stop. Keep it going, keep it going. It's for the love of the land. Keep the conversation going. Keep it sweet, keep it decent, keep it respectful, but keep it going. Make I go to the next caller. Caller waiting I name and Musa you dey call for me.
It's sweet. Decent.
Hello, Matilda. This now Omar the call again.
Okay, go ahead.
Now the first government I see way na business then they do, and let not forget now. So the money be say they turn salon to they run salon like a business. End up they will know so a left way. So this other businessman again that this advertisement where they go with again will never understand because Matilda 2016 voters ID can have been 15,000 euros. 2016. So from when 2016 don't skyrocket to 100 and something thousand. That's now one of the explanation. The only thing is that where there's a mandatory, then for them blanket, they don't for them just concentrate on only the national ID card. I think so everybody get problem. A mandatory for each Sierra Leonean get at least a form of the identification. Even the farmer where that man they try for talk, that farmer if you go broke aside ID card house, trailer banger hit smash, astafly, when I asking for the language. Whose kind form of identification they go get for say this na Joe Bunker is or this na Lance and this? At least no matter who say they are like na any way you forget the form of identification. But I know say maybe something government go out explanation towards that. And now coming to the toll road. Matilda, you see, the problem, you ask a question, whether the government genuine. The question is that whether we Sierra Leoneans we genuine to ourselves. Now that will be the question. Because most of the time, even before the government they can explain, we the Sierra Leoneans don't stand in defense of the government. And that affects a very big problem that we'll get as a Sierra Leoneans. You see, development will not be political. But when we don't mix development with politics, regionalism, tribalism, we get this problem where we're not going to get a strong mandate for all the people accountable. Now, when you watch at this, the toll road now, people they pay, and the toll road is a cut across Sierra Leone. You are going to Academy, you are going to Kono. Everybody they pay the same money. But if you ask them one way they pay for going to Academy now, they are okay with it. And if you ask them one way they pay going to McKinney, they are not okay with it because it has been politicized. And until we stop for politicize and most of them development issues that we handle issues genuinely as a Sierra Leoneans, we get these problems. It happen. Even the civil society is the way they talk right now. If you see the other civil society as they begin to talk, you know who say it come from, it defend. If you see another civil society as a beginning talk no more, you go know where they come from. They against. So we get this problem. We get this systemic problem where before saying in the problem first for solve. Until we solve them problem then we not gonna know whether the government genuine. Because for let you know say government genuine now when you get a particular body, a genuine body where they will hold the government accountable. And that now we lack in Sierra Leone. You know, even down to the airport where they see today, what would they pay today? Believe me, even the who they abroad there, they want the who they behind if then they go the okay with the transport, even though then they pay excess. Who they behind food, they go will not okay with them. You know, so we even who they abroad here, we get a problem. You see, and we see airport for instance when a day and then say let them be airport and they say expensive, we don't need them, then still spend almost the same money for go bill and others. Some people still accept them because why we don't politicize and development. I feel as a Sierra Leonean, we all know say this a pinch we come to as a Sierra Leonean, irrespective of your party, your color, your regionalism, we all come together, we condemn this and we hold government accountable. Ultimately, we're not going to know whether the government is genuine. Thank you very much.
Okay. So I want to switch to something where my producer just don't fact check. And I want for talk about that. So I ask him for make a fact check that is it mandatory that every Sierra Leonean get a passport because na dande the caller say. And according to the fact check where it is in Sierra Leone, it is not explicitly stated in the constitution that every Sierra Leonean must possess a national ID card. However, national ID card are essential for accessing various public services and participating fully in civic duties. Absolutely. And Nadande have been they say. That is exactly what I was saying. It is not a must. It is essential. It is needed for those who need it, but it is not a must. So make we stop for the manipulate things then. For me, Nada make I say let us go straight to the law of the land. If it is not in the law of the land, we cannot assume, and we cannot now start for begin to talk and they bend and put yanda. And again, I continue to ask, what does our passport? Is it not an official document? People then get driver's license na salon. I don't know if the driver's license gets ID card, photo that comes with it, because I've never had own a driver's license in Sierra Leone. Right? Are they not official documents? Make we go to the caller. Caller waiting our name and also you call from. And I stop the call from this next caller because I really want to do a summary of the question we are asked. Like I said, it shouldn't take long for me to discuss because right now we are questions. Make I go to the caller. Caller waiting our name and you call.
Yes. Good evening, Madam Cole. Thank you once again and good to see you. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Ahmed, I call from UK.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Yes. You see, we when they highlight all of them issues there will happen, and we realize that this government actually they don't mislead the people. They don't give you wrong information. But what did they promise not to show actually in the country? Now, ID card, like you said, we know ID card is important, essential. Just the push we there. Yeah, in the Europe, when you get driver's license, ID, identity. Now, mostly driver's license is taking cut across Europe. Now, yeah, within UK, you can move any form of ID. In fact, I need to call for. So alone till you get driver's license, you don't even have the system. These people make voters ID card. Look at the voters ID card. Everybody don't turn zombie. We don't use that as a form of ID. when during the past regime and the Skroma, then voters ID card then it's strong. Some people they use them for travel, for collecting money, because it is so clear in terms of biometric. But imagine how this go, me to me, I think no more now business they can do. There's short of cash, I believe so. Because we don't ever get any kind of government for country people they see, everybody must get ID card by force, mandatory. Come on. Some people some people in Salon have travel make them get passport. Some don't ever think of passport, even worry about that. You know, if you worry, it's essentially it's important. But look at the tough time now at this present moment. Things are tough. People they grumble into so many things. You don't break another burden on people. ID card, $140,000 loans. You know, so imagine this. No, it's tough. The people then they suppress it. The government is suppressing it. They are too much. Because I see no reason why you make a mandate. When we don't make an ID card like yeah, look the ID card like come on, the election just done. Where are those ID cards? Nobody tell who them print them. And maybe we print a better ID card for election. Now the national ID card will print. How do they go print that? How comes? Look at the election where they want fraud that. Which the ID card will go produce for we. Nobody don't know who them print them. Nobody don't know who side what they spend on them. They don't even get account to anything. Now you don't leave it to solve this. Then come with, there's so many issues there. Way unsolved. They bring consensus, they fully over the census, say they want for no for development, for this, for that, getting my pass, get population pass. So look Freetown today. Look Freetown, look Kenema. So all of them lies they are. These people are really hurt the people they observe every day. Look at this whole great issue again. They come with something where people decide how you go to increase so great when somebody they tell how they take me mind that how is that possible to survive with a good thing? When we say that one great source and then we go the flow from the city to the province. How about that? So I don't understand really what the actually say the government are business, then are business they can no get money. That's how I feel. They're not going to run this government and they're not going to live with them people that will taxation for pay people that pay for ID and that money will take place with their man pay this. Even enough. If we not put things in order, we not put democracy straight so that the country will open up, so that investor will come. Who's the investor who can actually right now as it is? With this kind of anarchy, with this kind of ups and downs we get to. A country where they live to, where we should for the past few months see what they happen. Where you take you from a president, instead of exile. That they say that economically any investor they fear. The person for the country will live the peaceful and live. We don't say cool. You don't hold people the way you show you catch them. You kill them, extrajudicial killing. So which investor when they click the right when they see what happen, they kill people in broad life because you don't try there with no cost of no justice. Now, which person they go invest money on that?
Okay, thank you very much, Kola. Until now, almost in at 3 minutes now, and I get. At this time, before move on, I want to take some time for recognize Mohammed Kamara watching me live on Facebook. Thanks for watching, Mohammed. Keep it locked right here as we continue. So right now, I want to turn my attention to this toll gate wahala. I know for say, if we look at how we begin. Again, I go to one of me, journalists. I think they need for sign with if US need for sign an MOU with Lamran. I think they said US need for sign an MOU with Lamrana. Anyways, make I go to Lamrana in post where he make and I believe this post was made on the 19th of February, the 19th of February, and the post reads. Make I just I want to begin with the waiting happened on the 19th of February. Not this one, sir, the other one. But it still has the same kind of implication. But I will begin for read waiting me get Naya and then yes, sir, this one. Okay. So according to Lamana, so Lamana inform we about the progression of things. It says according to the Minister of Works and Public Assets, Dr. Dennis Sandy, he hasn't seen or received audited financial statements or traffic data off the Wellington Maisheka Road. In clause 10.4 of the agreement between the government and the Chinese Railway Seventh Group, the toll tariff can be adjusted subject to a review of the base traffic data, which the ministry clearly said they don't have and have not seen. This not to when this toll gates begin. Okay, I'm not going to absorb. I want tap here for a little bit and just ask a simple question. This toll gate here so don't they in operation. If I not lie, don't pass 6 or 7 years, not to so. Una correct me if I'm wrong. And if one of una agreement clauses then say every year the people them supposed to be audited and then for show them data, right? Meaning that the collection, meaning that the trafficking, how many vehicles then, because that data, anyways, me, Siam, I'm not sure, but the way how me go read this data is that the data would consist of how many vehicles travel the road per minute, per day, per month, which type of vehicles, the type of money where then they collect, the time of day that the road is heavily used or heavily traffic, that kind of thing. And that is what I figure the data will consist of, right? And then one of una binding clause say every year they are supposed to be audited and then for present una with this data. Let us just say, for argument's sake, this toll road done in existence. Let us just say for the past 7 years. And I am deliberately saying for the past 7 years because I don't want for, pull the other government inside because it's a transitionary, process, right? Now, a process will begin from the existence of one government and now it's been transferred to another government. But auditing they take place year in year out. For say nobody no look into this, nobody no ask questions. The office of what the Ministry of Works and Public Asset, if now una responsible for this, una auditing books them, shouldn't this be part of una accountability process during una auditings them? If 1 year ago they not provide una, at the end of that year or the middle of the next year, una no go write and say, blah blah blah, we not see nothing. No. Now there is bongo soro put on the people, right? Bongo soro put on the people. Now one can knock chest say because of this that. No, inaptitude. Period. On all fronts, inaptitude. Let her continue. It says, what does it say? The company should also present to the government its financial. Okay, I'm just waiting a little bit for my reading so that I can continue. Okay. The company should also present to the government its financial statements and audited reports every year. So every year since the existence of this, so from the time when they open that toll road day to the following year of the opening of the toll road, they make a 1 year. So every year following then, the government for they get a report from them people there. So make we listen waiting the government they show. It says the company should also present to the government its financial statement and audited reports every year. Again, the minister said he hasn't received them, but has now requested that the company submit these documents. Hello? Does that sound rikishi to una? Does that sound brown envelope passing to una? Does that sound backdoor like how that caller been talking to una? Because if this is an official agreement, What gives the waiting railway serving the effrontery not for be abide by these rules for the past, let's say, 7 years? And also on the government side, every year una they do how they call budget expenses, monitoring of una expenses, una they do explanation, or at least chief minister na him work that day for monitor una, or former chief minister na been work that day, and this current one too na him work that day, part of his work, the permanent secretary. Hello, what is going on here? And you think this is something that should be appeasing to the public? You have failed woefully at your duties, man. Una don't fail woefully at your duties. Una engage with an international entity. Una partners then. One of una binding, binding legal waiting and call between una, agreement between una. Now that every year they're supposed to present this tier sotona. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 4. Year dongolo. And now, because everything is being elevated by you guys, they self say, we self no go sit down, we self need for elevate. And now na one can knock chest. What are you knocking chest on? And what are you knocking chest about? What are you justifying here? Your inaptitude? Make we read. It says in a statement, in the same agreement, the government is to receive 10% of the yearly tolling income after operational and maintenance costs. This the minister could not also confirm, nor has the government published any information on income from the toll road. So all these years, then just they collect no more wutete, then they collect. This is a binding agreement. They say after the Chinese man them, because it's a Chinese company, where they don't pull the operating costs, so that operating costs are waiting the money where then they use for operate the place. And then the maintenance for operate and upkeep the place. When they don't pull that money, they come out. Waiting left, because they don't go tell me, say they know they make money, now that toll gets there, or then they make money. They say waiting left, 10% of that day for go to government. Meaning that 10% they belong to the government. Now then they say, this minister they try for tell me, say, he not they aware, he not they incognizant, he not see anything like that day. We don't count inside the government coffers where they don't pay to them as income from the toll road. So from where this thing they in existence, the Chinese man and they tell them, say they know they make profits. That after they don't pull out, they don't subtract the operation and maintenance costs. That nothing, no day again. Is that the report you have been getting? Oh, I forgot. You've never asked for the report because you said the report is not in your possession and that you have not seen such reports. So how would you know? In 2018, the former Deputy Minister of Works, Melrose Cagbo, told journalists that President Bio has set up an evaluation team to investigate the toll road contract. Let us go on to see what happened with that evaluation team and what resulted out of that. The minister said that he has not seen any evaluation documents since he took office. I have searched and asked but could not see any public information on the proposed evaluation in 2018. Are we just talking without action? Do we just bark? Are we toothless bulldogs? We just bark but we don't bite? Because that's clearly what is going on here. How can you have a binding contract with a foreign entity, with a partner? They do not hold up to their side of the bargain, but then still are being given license to operate. And people are still being charged back and forth. It goes on to say, I wonder why the government isn't asking the company to make all these documents available before pushing for an over 100% increase in the toll charges at a time when even at President Bio has acknowledged that we are in a very difficult economic situation. I agree with you, Lamran. I agree with your analysis 100%. First things first, why are we putting the cat before the horse? The first thing first is to, first of all, ask for those data, auditing data. Second of all, when you audited the data, ask for their revenue, their rendement, their annual revenue, their income. Ask for what they've put down as their operating costs and their maintenance costs. And whatever is left for the years that they have been operating, 10% of that for every year for come into the coffers of the Sierra Leonean people. Period. There's no debate about this. And it is only after that you can now start talking about the possibility of an increment. Because the possibility of an increment is well embedded within the contracts that the Sierra Leonean government signed. Let us go on to see how things will develop now. So following that, there was another update again. And then now this update is waiting. I'm just waiting for my producer to put that update. This update goes, again, from my body, the Alamana. I don't know what documents the Minister of Works, Dr. Sandi, read extensively, but attached here is clause 10.4, which he seems to be misinterpreting wrongly. What he didn't mention is that the toll tariff shall be adjusted. Actually, make I not go waiting Lamana, they say, because the last time I read waiting Lamana say, they say, not na Lamana analysis now they use. Failure to realize that I watched the video of the said minister and listened to what the minister said, and I was quoting verbatim what the minister said, even though it was quite familiar or similar to what Lamana was alluding to. So let me read the clause directly for our people to understand. Here's what the clause says. 10.4, revision to the highway tolls. And here is what how it reads. And I read. The toll tariff shall be adjusted subject to a review on the base traffic data by both parties. So not to know the Chinese people, they know more they grab and say, then they increase like they have done. And then our information minister intake and impact to show them there shall be an increase as well as the toll. Right? Whenever the exchange rate varies by 10%, obviously we know say we exchange the rate don't over vary by over 10%. The clause clear, say 10%. It said the concession shall ensure that the toll tariff are published at each time so as to enable the adjusted toll to be charged with effect from the requisite date under this concession agreement, at any rate not later than 2 days after mutual agreements. But the key word here is that the key thing one for Noya so is that inside the agreement where the government signed, then take them pen and then sign say if the salon rate, the exchange rate, if it vary, that means for say if it go up and down, if it shake past 10% or by 10%, it requires an automatic meeting between the Salon government and then people here. So, and then for look into the possibility of an adjustment of the toll tariff. Yeah. He also said that when the two people they don't come, they don't engage together and they agree about the toll tariff, 2 days after, that new tariff they for come into effect. But now what the people also do, they request for make a toll tariff without they not going to parliament. Parliament now agree with the tariff. So if there has to be any adjustments, then still get for go back in the parliament and say, this thing it don't change by 10% or it don't change past 10%. Una remember what will be signed based on what will be signed. Make we can sit down and engage again for see how we get for change this thing and adjust this thing also. Both parties have to agree. Not just one person exacting their will upon the people of Sierra Leone. And then the people that were supposed to protect the people of Sierra Leone, willy-nilly they go papi show press release by the Minister of Information. Papi show it is justified. But meanwhile, you are forgetting that you where they can say this increment is justified. You forget what tell we say. Since the existence of the operation of this entity, they no one they put inside they're supposed to put to the salon people then. That 10% we're supposed to go back to government after operation and maintenance have expounded. We don't pull and come out. 10% of whatever una make supposed to come back to the Sierra Leone people then. You know, not tell we that too. You also not tell we say since the existence of this tier, so every year we are supposed to get reports. 1 year we are not collect reports. But now we are knock chest because the people of Sierra Leone are saying enough is enough. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. It does not make any sense, any iota of sense whatsoever. And they are rebelling and they are crying foul. Now you want for can justify something, but it not will work because it's too late. When you should have shielded them, when you should have covered them, protected them, you left them exposed to the elements for the orangutans for can swallow them. And now that the orangutans have opened their mouths to swallow, you don't take that thing by the bit and bang, 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 bang. It's like when the wolf comes and now you're beating the thing for them to escape. I don't tell you now. First things first. All years of operation data must be submitted. Second to that, thorough review of their income earnings, their operational and maintenance costs. Everything we left. Except now 1 cent. That 1 cent that must be split by 0.5, 0.5 each. No. 10% of that 1 cent they will be .00.10, I believe. I don't care. It still must come to the Sierra Leonean people. Yes. Because na so unu sign, na dande unu agree with, na dande unu agree for. Now make we see how they go inside this matter. How they go is what is now happening. How they go is what is now happening. From and that one day now na the minister, parliament chairman, the parliamentary chairman committee. What in the parliamentary chairman committee now we don't see. So the chairman of the parliamentary committee of works and public assets, Honorable Bashiru Saliki, has asked the Minister of Works and Public Assets, Dr. Dennis Sandi, and the Chinese Railway 7th Group to put on hold the planned implementation of the new toll gate charges on March 1st, 2024. He said they should submit to Parliament a draft review of the new price. Waiting I tell una just now. If now una go Parliament for go agree on something and Parliament agree on them and put them and pass them, why make una they can't change on a feel to say una can just go on a limb on una own and just go do what you feel for do? The correct process is for you to go back to Parliament and say, Papa Parliament, now this the happen, this based on what you've been signed, this the happen, look at me, evidence, blah blah blah. But first, waiting the minister waiting the parliamentary go on to say, which I've already stated is that he said they should submit to Parliament a draft review of the new price formula for the toll gate charges and other documents, including tariff data and financial reports. Now, what they fail to do here that I am going to say is that tariff data and financial reports since the operational starting date of the existence of this entity till the annual calendar date at current. So if na 7 years they don't they operate for, na 7 years report to na once. If na 6 years, na 6 years report, a report for each year of existence and operation. Because that is where you're going to find the truth. Right? Members of the committee have also called for a review of the agreement between the governments, and I absolutely agree. There has to be a review with that agreement. At the time when that agreement was signed, when that told, no, we don't team up now so for long. We made noise. We made noise because we felt strongly it was an unfair demand on the people of Sierra Leone. And I still maintain it's an unfair demand on the people of Sierra Leone. Should you want to have a toll gate, give the people another option. If the toll gates, they take 10 hours for each side they need for each, give them an option where it will take them 12 hours. There has to be an option. But you cannot have a singular road, the only road, and then you go put toll gate. It is unfair on the people. It is unjust. It is abuse. It is abuse. Period. It is abuse. So now let me get to talk about, this toll gate situation. Obviously, we will continue to monitor Parliament. We will continue to observe for see waiting get for come out as a result of waiting the Parliament they ask for. We go see if the Parliament get for request them for make them go back time in memorial since the inception. Because if you're going to do things, do it right. If you're going to do it right. And the right way to do it is that then go back since the inception, right? Then go back since the inception, then see from if they begin operate 12th of blah, 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 12th of, I'm giving a random number here, 12th of September, what should I say, 2015, 12th of September 2016, make them 1 year in operation. So you begin the count now from 12th of September 2016, 1 year in operation, till Usai we day now. If it has rounded up the year, you ask for all the documents then they, all the auditing then they. You come and make sure say you get an expert auditor that comes through these things with a fine-tooth comb. And may I say somebody like Lara Telopios, capable hands, but I still the wait, I still the wait. We are now in February, end of February. We are still waiting. We, the people of Sierra Leone, we are still waiting. Where stands our Auditor General and her deputy? We are waiting. Fine-tooth comb. And then, now, let the discussion begin. But like I said, we at VOS, we're going to keep an eye on the story. We're going to monitor the story, the progression of the story. And yes, we'll come back to you, the people, and we will let you know how they go inside the tollgation of the exploitation. Now, I want to say a lovely hello to Shaw, where they watch me from YouTube, as well as Mr. Kekura. Mr. Kekura, thanks for watching. Keep it locked right here. On VOS, Amara Mane. Keep it locked right here on Facebook, VOS. So me family them, we don't talk. You know, see, I can tell when I say, when I delay a subject, I delay it with intention. Because for me, for summarize my thought while talking about the subject, I know the exact time that I need. The only time I would drag is that if I get boku calls that way they interrupt me and I'm not able to get to it. But if that is not the case, I know how to manage my thought process properly and hit exactly where I need to hit. Um, now, VOS, make we turn our attention to something else. Make we turn our attention to something else. We know for say at one point we've been talk about the app. Well, guess what? I remember I've been doing a one show now where somebody said the app is not working. Well, guess what? I feel like I for back for this why I say shake for that small. But when I watch me no man at the TV and see what they do right now. All my VOSians around the world. Watch this. The app is working. Yeah. The app is working. All my VOSians around the world. Listen, the app they work. As soon as I can see, we don't dey display them all throughout the show. If you use Apple, if you are using Apple, go and download the app on your Apple device. Okay, go download the app on your Apple device, and then the yellow sign right there is for those using the Apple Apple device. If you are using an Android device, say if you dey use Samsung, you dey use Google Pixel, you dey use Motorola, you different. Here is how I put it. If you are using any other thing that is different from Apple, go download the one at the blue side. Then now you download. If you are using anything else, it means that you are using Android. If you are using anything else that is not an Apple device, we no write Apple panel, it means say automatically an Android device now you use. Okay? Go download the app. There are lots of goodies for you guys on the app. There is so much to explore on the app. The different shows them. There is a dating, jam me, I jam you, light me, I light you. Is there? You know what I mean? There's a live chat room as well on the app. There are classified ads. If you want to do advertisements, classified advertisement space there for the app. International news, they get and through the app, different VOS forums, them, the YouTube channel, the Facebook channel, X, the radio, like everything they get under the app. As a matter of fact, people that don't download the app already, when they watch it through the app already, they are so excited about the professionalism, the work put into the app, the classiness, the cleanness of the app, that they have even reached out to us to add extra. Waiting at this extra. Some people they say, listen, we don't want to miss out on this great yum. So we want to be able to advertise our businesses. We want to be able to advertise our hotels, our restaurants, our resorts. Full package, VIP. Listen, money guarantee, no return. Okay, now I don't turn PR. Make us stop. Listen, money guarantee, no return. You would never, ever ask for a reimbursement. You will ever ask for a refund, because this is well done. This is everything that a Sierra Leonean content need. This brings the community together. This makes sure that you will find your light me and your palamp. Listen, this appear so they make sure say you kerosene and matches set. Once no more you get your kerosene, you just need for look for your matches, or if you not the matches, you need for look for your kerosene for light your palamp. If you know what I mean. If you want for know wetin dey go on at the wall, just check the all thing dey for you. If you want the latest and hottest news about Mama Salon, check the e dey. If you want to advertise about something, check the e dey. If you want for chat with the hostess with the mostest, another day check am na Maredu man. But listen, a lot of work has been done on this app. I dey invite you all for download, for check out the app, for download. You will not regret being part of this app. You know, will ever regret say, this app here, so you get access to them, and we are going to be working and developing it more and more, and keeping it professional, keeping it classy, keeping it modern, up to date. All the goodies. We did listen to una feedback. Then the feedback has been positive. The suggestions, the more on the bring come, we also listen to them. We thank you all for the positive feedback that we've received so far, and also the suggestions that you're making. We will take those into consideration, and if we feel that these are valid suggestions that applied to, because remember, for everything there is an agenda, there is a concept behind it. If it applied to the greater umbrella concept of what we're thinking about, absolutely you will see a suggestion being featured somewhere there. Listen, keep it locked on VOS. The hostess with the mostest is telling you this, and the surprises are going to keep coming. Yeah. Now I want to switch to something else. I hope truly hope say, and I know say this not to they happen all over the world. That's why I have not spoken about it thus far, because not all man they celebrate Black History Month at the same time. I believe England they celebrate Black History Month at a different time on the calendar. But for we in North America, February in a Black History Month. February in the month where we remember all of the Black heroes, them, the ones whose shoulders we are currently walking on currently, the ones who have allowed us to have been opportuned or to be opportune to be here to do what we are doing, and we who have come, we are also we self they put we on for make sure say we add to waiting and don't do that way. We picking them bien we and we grand picking them bien we. They know will hopefully face waiting we face, right? We like they made it a little easier for us. We also are trying to make it a little easier for the ones coming after us. That is the aim. So we are celebrating all of the Black heroes and heroines all over North America in this month. We thank them for their sacrifices. We thank them for their graciousness. We thank them for paving the way for us, because had it not been for us, people like us, had it not been for them, people like us would not be sitting here today, gracing platforms, having discussions with people watching me all over the world, all over the globe. So I want, happy Black History Month to the countries them we celebrate this month. Absolutely, to the countries them we celebrate this month. And I want also take the opportunity for make una know for say the Salon we all now one fumble. Salon we all now one fumble. The first show will be aired on March 23rd, I believe, on March 23rd. And I remember, so we put that show there on hold because that show they been supposed to start right at the eve of the the attacks or the Cuscas or the instability what happened in November of last year. And so because of so much been go on with the election, with the this, with the that, post-election, we decided as an entity to put it on pause. But I believe now is the right time. The time is ripe. I think we are ready. I think to have a civil discussion and understand who we truly are as a people. So una get ready for that show day. Mr. Boy Jalo Jamboya will be our main narrator. He go to come in with different people then with different knowledge of the land that we love. We need to understand we land, because they say if you don't know Usa you dey go, at least know Usa you come out. So we need for know Usa we come out, so that we go ensure say Usa we come out will make them better for we self and we generation to come. Okay? Because right now the way things are going, listen, some of our kids will never set foot in Sierra Leone. Some of their children will never set foot in Sierra Leone. The only way we can overturn that right now is by doing what the team has set up to do. Obviously, the hostess with the mostess will be there hosting that, of course. Looking forward to that. But now again, as we transition, I want to talk about something. KDUSO Southern Ontario, Creole Descendant Union Southern Ontario 10-year anniversary. How can KDU Southern Ontario and me Creole Titi and me the part of the organization and then they get 10-year anniversary? I they talk to all man all over the world. I not come toot me on for me own people. Them lie no go be. So KDUSO Southern Ontario 10-year anniversary. Okay, so the May long weekend, so starting on the 18th, right, Saturday the 18th, we begin with a kickoff in the morning with one sober bagbala awujo, where we don't done the awujo, then all man can print you. You know, say the Creole people them they are known for their them print them. So the even term na dinner and dance. Uside some man go shake till say then foot at them. Some man go shake till say where he wake na morning na arthritis na him go jam am, he go forget say na 50 he go dance like 25-year-old pikin. But listen, I'm inviting you all to the 10th anniversary of the Creole Descendants Union Southern Ontario, where they happen at Toronto on the 18th and the 19th of May. Tickets for the dinner and dance now $100 Canadian. So if you buy your tickets, for saying you just say, listen, buying. Guess you say na Matilda. Would I invite you? You say na Matilda. That is it. Because listen, I can't call you all to invite you all, but I have said it on the show. You've had it, and if you did around the Toronto area, if you've been there around close to Canada, you want come, you are welcome. If you want for no information about accommodation, hotel lodging, just hit me up, hit VOS up, and we'll give the information. And listen, I look forward to seeing you all there, and definitely the host with your hostess with the mostess will be there representing our Creole people. Yes, the Orimi circle will be fully represented. Yes. Eku Creole Pikin. Yes. I get for Dede. Nothing. No bush shaking. I get for Dede. Okay, so I don't talk about today. With all that said, my people, we have come to the end of this program for today. I hope say, like always, I can end the program. I hope say anything we una defend at this world, make God give una. I hope say any side una din at this world, may God, the protection of God be over you all, and may God give you waiting with the look for na this dunya yaso, in health and in strength. As we exit, I want to do the exit poll for today. Make we hear waiting. We say to the questions then where we ask. I'm just waiting. It is coming. Just a few seconds, guys. It is coming. Okay. Okay. So from Facebook, this now waiting we get a lot of people they not do the polls. However, we will still read waiting we get about 10 people them no 10 no 11 people them take the poll, and the question was, do you believe the Sierra Leone government is being fully transparent about the toll road? So two people they answer yes, we make about 18%, and then nine people then say no, we make about 82%. And now we will go to the YouTube polls asking the same question: do you believe the Sierra Leone government is being fully transparent about the toll road? And I just wait for that one day, make it come up. Okay. Okay, so there we have about 12 people who have currently taken the polls, and three people then making up 25% say yes, and nine people making 75% say no. So here you have it. If we look at these two results, I believe say we get we answer right there. The belief of the majority thus far from what we get is no. They do not believe that the government is being fully transparent with the people of Sierra Leone about the toll road. So Fambulem Nayasu with the left hand today. May God bless we all. May God bless Mama Salon. Even as we go into our 63rd, may we see reason to want to change for the betterment of for all and of all. Of all to change for all. I know for say wait till I talk some people and go say now English you know sabi speak. No. I know what I said. Right? Right? Of all to change for all. May God bless you, Unatata. Okay, you know pull the YouTube one it. Oh, okay. Let me correct this immediately. Let me go back on here and correct this immediately. Okay. Let me go back on air and call it. You don't put okay. So fumble them and not for say I been don't say tata to una, but as I the log out my producer just draw me attention to the fact that it not been switched over the polls. So the second poll, so I read as a matter of fact that was still from Facebook. So the number increased by 1% because remember at the time we read the results, now only two people then we don't vote say yes. But by the time we are the wait for the transition over, and I feel to say that in YouTube. However, the YouTube vote for this particular poll is 100% no. So 100% of the people who voted said no, they do not believe that the government is being fully transparent about the toll-free road project, which brings us back to the same thing. At the end of the day, the majority of people currently watching viewers do not believe that the government is being fully transparent. Again, may God bless you all. May God bless Mama Salon. And as we exit, I take a moment to listen to what's about to come in another 4 weeks from viewers. Una tata.
Hello, West Africa. Tomorrow, Sunday, the 26th of November, we shall begin a new talk show that will be done every last Saturday of the month. Telephone access to make your contributions and ask your questions, and also possibly an email address to which you can send questions that will be answered. Starting tomorrow, be part of the national discussion to make a better and brighter Sierra Leone. Namaste.